It's in the idea of freedom that allows. No, wait, that's wrong. It's the idea of freedom that propels people into a favorable direction. We believe we're free to do so much more, to achieve, to conquer, to live our best lives. Then why are we not doing it? Why do we remain unsatisfied? The question becomes, not are we independent, but what are we dependent upon? And does this dependence prevent us from any particular triumphs, any particular successes? In truth, we all subject, thus limit ourselves to less than ideals, less than motives. We routinely find ourselves stepping the course of some lesser habit that ultimately ends in a slap of the face with that despicable word, regret. And regret, this is the emotion, the feeling, the anchor we yearn to loose ourselves from. Because we know all too well, yes, we know all too well, we can never sail that wide open sea of freedom if we're perpetually attaching ourselves to the anchor of dependency. Perpetual, that continual act, the continual doing of something, the continual inaction of not doing anything. Is my life perpetuating freedom? Is it perpetuating victory? Is it perpetuating triumph? Is it perpetuating dependency? Am I that continual anchor of regret? And these are the tough questions, the hard questions that we have to begin to ask ourselves. It's in this self-analysis that leads to self-discovery and gives birth to self-exploration. We can never truly know what we want until we begin to discover what we're actually free to achieve. To know yourself is to begin to actualize your triumphs, to see your successes, to know that you're capable of them. It provides that terrain of freedom. Knowing yourself gives you the ability to free yourself. We then acquire the strength and the perseverance, even the responsibility to remove the anchors which impede us from our victory. We choose to unchain ourselves from the anchors of life. We choose freedom. For dependence upon any other than the will of self will always cage our spirits. It'll always leave us feeling less than. We can never anchor ourselves to inactive dependency. To become more requires independent action. It is the idea of freedom, and not only the idea but the embodiment of freedom that propels us into a favorable direction. We must first remove the anchors of regret, the anchors of inaction, the anchors of dependency. And then we find the triumphs of freedom, the successes of freedom, and the victories of freedom.